One of my foreign friends asked me one day that I've heard these terms like 1,000 times. Genie Thai May. What does it mean? I even found it on TikTok and YouTube. At first I just want to explain the literal meaning of this term, that it means chicken you are so beautiful, but then it comes to my mind that this may result to more questions like what does the chicken look like, how might I use this term with my Chinese friends to show them that I know local culture very well, what's the story behind it, and what is I couldn't, blah blah blah. To keep to my international mutualism, I decided to create this video, as G does not only belong to the Chinese cyber world, but also to the whole world. Genie Thai May Explained. First thing first, pronunciation. His Mandarin is very good, but there's still room for him to improve in terms of the actual Chinese that we Chinese use in Chinese cyber world every day. To understand this term better, you gotta know the second way to pronounce it. Genie Thai May. Genie Thai May. Different from Genie Thai May. Though it's just a small difference resulted from the nasal sound, the first pronunciation has been the very fundamental basis of this, well, meme? Phenomenon? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it's been far beyond these descriptions.
Hello there.
And how may we use this term so that your Chinese friend will pay you with true respect that you know local culture very well? Let's get to the scenarios that this term is to be applied. In our daily life, it's a very polite way to respond to the gratitude from others, like you've kept the elevator open while your boss rushed into the door, he thanked you, and you may say, Genie Thai May. Additionally, each time before you eat chicken, you may start with this term so that the chicken may taste a bit more delicious. Sounds a bit superstitious. Well, believe it or not, just give it a try next time when you're eating chicken with a Chinese friend, and I guarantee that they'll be really impressive about your broad knowledge. If you still don't believe it, you may take it like itadakimasu in Japanese. It's been a table manner that you may follow in China. Alright, just kidding. Of course, we need to understand it before we actually use it. Let's dive into the story behind it and the meaning of these Chinese characters. This term was first used by Francis Harry Compton Crick, the one who found the right structure of DNA with James Dewey Watson in 1953. When they finished crafting the model of DNA double helix structure, Crick just couldn't help but expressing his love for the beautiful structure of gene. Then comes Genie Thai May.
Surprise, mother.
Just kidding again, we shall break the term down into separate Chinese characters so we may understand it better. Jin here is the pronunciation of 只因, which means just because. However, the inventor of this term spoke it so fast that it sounds like G, and in Chinese it sounds like the same as G, chicken. And the Jin here is a way to pronounce it internationally. If you pronounce it as Genie Thai May, then you're on the basic level of Aikun. But if you pronounce it as Genie Thai May, you just escalate it to level 2. And Aikun here is going to be explained later. Ni, I'm sure that you know, it's the very first word that most foreigners acquired when learning Chinese, right? Just like when we're learning, and then it comes to abandon. Where are we? Abandon. Ni. 你好的你, you. And most foreign friends pronounce it as 你好. I don't know why, but the correct way to pronounce is 你好. There's a tone here. Thai, well, it has nothing to do with Thailand here. It just sounds really close to this Chinese character Thai, which means very, so much. May, just like Thai, it may sounds like May in Chinese, which means beautiful, elegant. So here you got a way to pronounce it and understand it. Genie Thai May. And if you want to push yourself further, you may add the tone here, Genie Thai May. Genie Thai May. After me, Genie Thai May. Okay, good. And as for I Kun, which we mentioned before, it means the fans of this idol, Cai Xu Kun. You may pronounce it like Cai Xu Kun, but without T here. Well, I don't know what are the words that pronounces like his name in English. Sorry that my vocabulary isn't that good yet. And Kun is the one that I truly respect among idols due to the bad behaviors of his competitors.
Nice.
Perhaps one day I may introduce another term like 见异思迁. But you know, except for Kun, other idols seems to flop within no more than 3 years. Back to
Bye,
Quinn.
have a great time.
There wasn't much negative news about him so far, though there's a time that many people feel upset about him being selected as the NBA ambassador in China, but it's the aesthetic standard that was targeted, but not him, the person. Plus, the most important point is that he's really open to those who made fun of him by re-editing the video.
因为曾经我也以为打篮球是我的特长，后来我才知道这只是我的爱好而已。
I think this is the correct way to show that he's a strong man mentally. Respect. Alright, thumb up if you love, follow if you like. That's my biggest motivation to create more videos for you. Lastly, 我是土生土长的中国人，给你带来一个真实的中文互联网世界。